Hey everyone, it's your girl, Cosmic's Wonderland, and...
Hi, I'm Taylor, her husband.
I'm sorry that we've been a little... Well, we have ghosted a little bit on YouTube in the last month, and it's because we have amazing news that we are now ready to share with you guys. Go ahead and take it away, babe.
So, I got a double lung transplant about 5 weeks ago. I have cystic fibrosis, and my lungs were deteriorating badly, and I got to the point where a lung transplant was the only thing that would keep me going. So I had been on oxygen for a couple years, and it took me about a year to qualify for everything to get on a list for a lung transplant, because it's a very selective process. They don't just give them to anybody. So I was very grateful and happy when I was able to get on the list, and that was in February. I ranked pretty high because of my condition, and so on May 16th we got the call that they had new lungs for me.
And what was crazy is literally the day that we got the call, I Snapchatted a picture of me looking kind of sad because my husband was kind of sick that day, thinking he'd go back in for a tune-up, which would mean 2 weeks apart, you know, and I was just really ready. I felt like, come on, we need to get this call, let's do this. So I made this Snapchat post, and literally an hour later, we got the call, because I was recording a different YouTube video at the time we got the call. So you can kind of hear him answering the phone and kind of talking back and forth in the background of that, and just my commentary of it. Like, I couldn't believe it was happening. I was like, this is fate. So we're gonna put that in now.
Go get your telephone, honey.
It's UC Health. Oh my god, is this the call?
So what's crazy is that I had a dream the night before they called. Of this long, epic dream that I had got the call, and that we came up to Denver and we're searching for the room to go to, and this big long dream about getting the call. And so I woke up that morning thinking, man, that was crazy, what an epic dream. And then at 10:30 that morning, we did get the call. And we'll do an extended version of that later, because Ashley's reaction to getting the call was pretty funny.
Not what I expected I would do, not what anyone would think would happen during that situation. So look out for the full reaction video to like the full, I think it was like 7 minutes of recording a different YouTube video while the call was happening and everything was going on. It's hilarious.
After I got off the phone with the doctors, it took us about 30 minutes to get everything together, and then we hit the road because we had a 2-hour drive.
Yep. And at that point, I knew it was real. It was really happening, so I got my butt into gear, and yeah, we loaded up and we got there.
After her initial stalling, she did kick it into gear and get things together, and we got going pretty quick.
I was like, I can't believe this is happening. I was like, why won't my body move? It's really funny. Oh my god, you guys, we just got the call. We're headed to Denver. We're gonna pack and get on the road now. They think they have lungs for Taylor. Oh my god. Dream come true. We're gonna pack, and hopefully this isn't a dry run. Hopefully it'll all work out. He's gonna have the transplant today. Dreams do come true, you guys. Oh my god.
We made it. Parking now.
So once we arrived at the hospital, they took us into a room on the transplant floor. It was just sort of a waiting room. They had me go and take a shower and use this special soap to get clean before the surgery. And then as soon as I was done with that shower, they were pretty much ready to wheel me into the operating room. They had the new lungs ready for me and waiting, and it was time to go into surgery. So I was pretty nervous, but I mean, just kind of,
We both
it's
were.
a crazy experience. You're just going with the flow. There's a lot of moving parts, and everybody at the hospital, you know, they do this all the time. They'd already done 3 lung transplants
Yeah.
this week before I came in, so they do a lot of these. So I felt comfortable that they knew what they were doing, and so I was just trying to relax and go with the flow.
This is happening, you guys. I'm so happy and I'm so scared at the same time. This is a lot. Like a lot. But they did say that they are ready to do surgery in about half an hour. So, and when we got here, we thought it was going to be like 7 o'clock at night. So, that's good. They're getting the ball rolling. This isn't a dry run. This isn't a, oops, we're just kidding. There was something wrong with the lung. Go back home. We'll try again later. This is a, we have the perfect match and we're going to do it. And I'm so happy and I'm so scared at the same time.
And so they wheeled me down into the operating room. There was probably 10 people in there getting things ready. They laid me back on the table, gave me some drugs to relax me a little bit, and that's all I remember. Then I was gone.
Another thing I want to mention real quick is there was a nurse or someone in the surgery room with him, and they were updating me by phone every couple of hours. So I got some calls saying the left lung was removed, you know, the new left lung has been put in, the right lung is out, and the right lung is in. Now they're connected. I got calls about all of that, and so that was really nice. It made me feel at ease. I knew what was going on, even though I wasn't with him, so that was nice.
I think I went into surgery at about, 6 o'clock p.m.?
Possibly.
And
It was
then I was
somewhere
done by
You were done by about midnight,
so
but
about 6 hours. Next thing I know, I wake up, I'm in the ICU, and you have a breathing tube down in your lungs breathing for you, because you're not ready to control your own lungs yet. So you wake up with the tube down in your lungs. There's also a tube going up your nose and into your stomach. There's 4 chest tubes coming out of you, and a catheter. So you're pretty tubed up,
oh yeah.
and you're restrained, so that, because the immediate urge is to start pulling these tubes out when you wake up.
Yeah, they said you tried to do that, and it must have been during the 1 hour I was sleeping in the ICU with you, because I didn't see you do that, but...
Yeah, I think they restrain you before you even wake up, because they know you're going to try and tug at stuff. You can't help it. Plus, you're still sort of sedated. You're only halfway conscious. You're kind of coming in and out, and they're talking to you, but you can't talk because that tube's down through your vocal cords.
Yep.
So that first 12 hours right after surgery was the most difficult.
Yeah.
And we've got a couple pictures of me
All hooked up, yeah, we
all
do.
hooked up
and-
still that Ashley took. I was out of it. I don't remember a whole lot from this time.
Yeah. And now would be a good time to say that, if you're squeamish at all, if you're uncomfortable with, post-surgery photos or, seeing people, sedated and stuff, click off now, because some of the photos might be a little disturbing. But
Yeah.
they're not too bad, honestly. We're
What
not
if
going to
you-
throw any pictures of, him cut open or anything. So don't worry, it's
nothing
not that bad.
I'm just laying in bed with
Yeah.
some tubes on my face.
Yeah.
But if you do like the gory stuff, I will show you my staples and incision later.
Yes.
It's a good one.
Oh, yeah.
So hang in there.
So, like we said, we do have a hotel, and I was coming back here every so often for an hour here, a couple hours there, but honestly, with everything my husband was going through, there was a part of me as his wife, I felt pretty guilty not being there, but me and him talked about this prior, and we knew that taking some time away would make me a more refreshed and just more focused and have a better attitude. So it was good to take some time away, but for the most part, 85% of the time, I was there the whole 2 weeks. And I just can't explain like how scary, but also not scary, how amazing and like what a blessing this whole thing was, like to get my husband back, you know, like I'm so thankful. Like, I am so happy we went through this, and he's strong. He is a fighter. He follows directions. He's optimistic. Like, we did everything that we needed to do to make this as smooth as possible, and it really was. For everything that he went through, it went pretty fast and pretty good. So I am happy about that, and I can look back now and we're both breathing way better knowing we're out of what was unsure and like cloudy waters and just clear skies moving forward.
Yep.
Yep.
So after about 12 hours in the ICU, they did pull a lot of those tubes out. They pulled the tubes out of my nose and mouth, so I was able to talk and start to breathe again on my own. And that was a big relief. They gave me an epidural in my upper back to help with pain around the incision and help with breathing. And I had a button to push every 15 minutes to help with the pain. So I was in the ICU for a day. Then they pulled 2 of the chest tubes out in the ICU and then transferred me to a regular hospital room. So once I was in the regular hospital room, they want to get you up and moving pretty soon. So in that first day, even with 2 chest tubes in and everything else still attached, with the help of a couple nurses, they got me up and had my first couple walks down the hallway, sort of slowly, everybody wheeling this stuff along with me. We didn't get any footage of that first walk. We've got some clips of some other walks once I was a little more independent and not hooked up to everything. It was a bit easier. So after a couple days, they pulled out those last 2 chest tubes, and they also pulled out the epidural at the same time. And I had been feeling pretty good, but once that epidural was out, I could definitely feel that I had gone through a major surgery. It was very sore. For a couple nights, I developed a high fever, which was also very painful and uncomfortable.
And scary.
But I guess that's a normal thing. And they treated that, with ice packs and turning the thermostat in the room down so I could cool off.
Yep. Ice water.
Yeah, ice water.
That first one was really scary.
Yeah.
We immediately were worried it was like a rejection of the lungs, because that was what we were told could happen later on. A fever is a sign that something could be going wrong, but in this case it was totally normal. But of course we panicked a little, but we got it under control. Yeah.
My doctor said, "Don't worry. Until I'm worried, you don't worry."
Yeah.
So that made me feel better. It was something normal. He wasn't worried, so I tried to relax about it. And, every day I got up and I was walking several times a day.
Look at you go, walking all by yourself with no oxygen. This is awesome. Right? This is amazing. Look back and smile, babe. Oh, you can't see because of the mask. Look at you go, babe. Getting to walk and roam these halls all by yourself. No belt, no walker, no oxygen, no nurses or assistants. Just me.
And the nurses were taking great care of me. And Ashley was there in the hospital with me all day. All the time.
Yep. Unless I needed to shower.
Yeah.
I was there.
We got a hotel room. Well, she got a hotel room across the street from the hospital, so she could go and shower and clean up and get out of the hospital for a few hours here and there. And so we would Snapchat a little bit. Here's some clips.
Good morning, sweetie. I love you. I miss you. How you doing?
Hey, sweetie. I'm doing good. Enjoy your continental breakfast. I love you. So, here's a couple clips of me in the hospital room. If you ever spent a long time in the hospital, you can get a little bored. You can get a little silly, especially, you know, if you're on pain meds. You tend to have fun. So here's a couple of vids from when I was in the room by myself. Family's gone. Ashley's back over at the hotel. I'm just sitting here in my personal space. They gave me this suction thing, so when I hack something up, I just suction this on and spit in there. And it collects it in the hose. Isn't that gross? Ew. Ew, dude. Yep. Oh, look at it. Clear skies. Sun, you can see Pikes Peak all the way down there. I don't know if you can see it on the camera. But, yep. Just waiting for my yogurt to get here. Come on, yogurt. Come here. Come through the door. So after 2 weeks, I was good enough to discharge, to come back over to the hotel with Ashley and stay at the hotel. Walking out. Breathing good. Fresh air and sunlight sure feels awesome. Thank you, UC Health. But to walk out of the hospital after 2 weeks was an amazing experience. I am just so grateful for the gift of donation. I don't know anything about my donor. Maybe I'll learn more in the future, but right now I don't know anything. But I would just like to express my gratefulness that I was able to get lungs to continue to help me live a healthy life and really have hope for a longer, brighter future. So thank you very much to the donor, and thank you to their family. I'm sure they're experiencing a great sense of loss, but how wonderful it is that part of them is still alive in me, and I'm very thankful for it. Also, I have to thank you to the staff at the hospital at UC Health. They took amazing care of me. So many people treated me so well with such kindness and helped me through this process. And they're just an amazing team. They run like clockwork. There's all these moving parts. They are on it.
Oh, yeah.
And it just made me feel so comfortable and confident. And you know, the proof is in the pudding. 2 weeks after a double lung transplant, I'm out off oxygen and walking around.
And how did that feel? How does it
just
feel to not be out of oxygen
Oh,
now?
it's incredible. After 2 years on oxygen, to be able to walk and talk at the same time, even just to talk to you right now and not be getting winded, it's an amazing feeling. I just love taking these deep breaths. It feels so good. So it's still setting in, you know, it's still new to me. But it is amazing. It's amazing what science can do, what humans have achieved, what a team of intelligent, hardworking people can accomplish. And I'm on the receiving end of this amazing gift, and I couldn't be happier that I get to keep going on with my beautiful life. And we've got so many fun things we're going to do. This is like a new chapter.
Definitely.
This is part 2 of my life, and
Your
I'm
mom
super
kept
excited.
saying it was a rebirthing.
Yeah, it's really like a rebirth.
Yeah.
So.
And it's like, can't even believe it happened. It's so surreal. Like, just the whole thing, just going from being so sick and wondering what's gonna happen. How much time do we have, to getting lungs and just knowing like I get to keep my husband around. We get to grow old together, and that's all I've ever wanted. And I am so happy. I'm just so happy. The staff was great, and everything went so good, and I'm so happy to have you here all in one piece.
Yeah, we made it.
We sure did.
Yep. There was some times there where we wouldn't buy green bananas. But now we know we've got lots of time ahead of us, so we're very happy.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So should we show them? You guys want to see the incision? Still got staples.
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't want to see it, click off now.
But if you want to see it,
it's not too bad, but it is what it is. They call it a clamshell incision because they cut you open basically from armpit to armpit. Pry you open.
Yeah. Go ahead and show them, babe.
Alright.
This is it. You want to tell them what this looks like, what day we're on?
This is about 3 weeks out. Those are the railroad tracks. These are from the chest tube, where the chest tubes are at. I don't know how many staples there are, but I'll count them eventually. Alright. That's the proof it happened.
Yes, it definitely did. Woohoo!
See ya.
Alright, let's do it. We gotta do an outro. Where are you going?
We got stuff to do. We got a life to live. Bye.
Honey. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. This explains kind of where we've been. The 2 videos you have seen in the last month were just bulk videos I had recorded way before any of this. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Stay fantabulous, and as always, we will stay fantabulous for you guys.
Bye.
Bye!